What's up, all my independent musicians out there? So for this video, I'm going to answer one of, if not the most popular question that I have gotten about DistroKid. And that is, how long does it take for DistroKid to put your music into stores? If you release a track, or a single, or an album, or an EP, how long does it take DistroKid to put it on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Google Play, Audio, Tidal, Deezer, all these different music platforms? Now, the truth is, this entire process can be broken down into 2 steps. And this is something you should really keep in mind. Especially a lot of the comments that I've been getting so many comments and messages and DMs about this. You have to focus on both steps of the process. It's 2 steps. The first is DistroKid will review your information. They have to make sure your artwork is the right size. They have to make sure there are no social media links in your artwork. They have to make sure that your song is correctly, processed and everything. They have to make sure too that titling is right. For example, I remember one time I released a mix and I called it EDM workout mix. Obviously, it's an electronic workout mix. And even though I had all the rights to everything in the song, even though all the formatting and everything is correct, they actually told me that they couldn't even send it to stores because you can't, I can't remember all the technical aspects, but you can't have a descriptive title. For example, you can't say EDM workout mix. You have to name it something else. So before your songs are even sent to stores, which is a whole other process, DistroKid reviews your information first. That's part 1. Part 2 is basically then the stores themselves putting your music on the shelves, so to speak, or digitally putting it on the shelves. So iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, etc., etc. Now, for these 2 processes, the timing is a little bit different. So for DistroKid's side, reading this off the site word for word, it says it could take 1 to 2 business days for albums to be reviewed, approved, and sent to stores. Otherwise, by default, your release will go live once ingested by stores according to the rough schedule below, based on the site. So that's the first part. So roughly, basically, you're looking at 1 to 2 business days. If you want to do, let's say, a pre-order where you upload it and have a certain pre-order thing where people can buy it before the exact release date, that is a whole other topic for a whole other video. So that's why they say otherwise, unless you're doing a pre-order, by default, your release will go live once it is ingested by stores according to this schedule. So on the second part, this is what DistroKid says on their site, and then I will give my honest perspective of what it's been like for me in terms of me actually releasing my music through DistroKid. iTunes, anywhere from same day to a week. Amazon, about 2 to 4 days. Google Play / YouTube Music, about 1 to 3 days. Spotify, about 2 to 5 days. Deezer, about 1 to 2 weeks. And that's the Tidal, about a week. Now, keep in mind, these are business days. DistroKid, like it said in the beginning, will take 1 to 2 business days for albums to be reviewed. For me, I find if I post a song on a business day, let's say on a Monday, the process of DistroKid reviewing it is usually pretty quick. It's usually within an hour. They have sometimes even algorithms or bots that can go through it. And unless it's something that gets flagged that needs to be looked at from a human perspective, or basically have a human review it or a person review it, it usually goes through, in my experience, in less than an hour on a business day and during business times too. Then it will be sent out to stores. In my personal experience, I find that Google Play uploads and posts your music the fastest, at least for me. So usually it's sometimes either same day or the next day. The next one is iTunes, usually pretty similar. I find the Google Play and iTunes, if I do it, let's say in the morning, can sometimes be same day. Usually, more than not, would be the next day. Now, for Amazon, I find it takes about 2 days. So, for example, if I post my music on a Monday, usually by maybe Tuesday if I'm lucky, but usually Wednesday, it will be on Amazon. And then Spotify usually is about 3 days. So, for example, if I post a song on Monday, more likely than not, it should be on Spotify on Thursday. Now, the big question everyone always asks me is like, hey Mark, I'm releasing a song on this date. When should I upload it to DistroKid? The truth is, it's really tough to say, simply because of this. Like I said, it's a 2-step process. So the stores may be all set to upload your music, but if you can't even pass through that DistroKid barrier, as I call it, and they're just reviewing your music, you're going to have a whole other set of issues on your hands. For example, and this has happened to a lot of my subscribers I know, because I get all these messages about it, if let's say you post your music and you're like, you know what, it's Monday, I want to post it I want to release the music on Friday. I want to publicly tweet, post on Facebook, etc., on Friday. And you upload your music and publish it on DistroKid on Monday. Let's say, for example, if your artwork is too small, which, like I said, is something I know a lot of my subscribers have gotten. You know, make sure your artwork is big. I'm talking at least 2,000 by 2,000 pixels, or maybe even more. And don't just enlarge it. You know, if your artwork is smaller than that, you may need to redo it or get a new picture or however you create your artwork. So let's say your artwork, let's say you post it on Monday, but then it gets rejected and now it's Tuesday, you have to start that process all over. Never mind the fact that you may now even need to get a new picture, which might take even longer. So I always suggest to budget at least a week, or at least I'd say 5 to 7 business days. So like, you know, Monday through Friday or so on and so forth. And the reason why is this: the more you do DistroKid, the more you upload music, the better you'll understand of what they're looking for, what you can and can't do. So this will make the process a lot easier and a lot less stressful. However, even still, I always say just to Murphy's Law this, especially if you're like, oh, I really want to release my music on April 1st. I want to release it on April Fool's Day. That's the day that I want to release it on because it pertains to X, Y, and Z or whatever. Then make sure that a week, maybe even 2 weeks beforehand, you make sure your artwork's all set. Your track is obviously good to go. Make sure it's a really good track and it's ready to be published and be live. That all your information is correct. All these different things. And especially going on along this list, with Deezer and Tidal, I don't personally use them a lot. But if you do happen to use them, Deezer and Tidal it says Tidal a week, Deezer about 1 to 2 weeks. So if you are big on those platforms, and you really are looking at those platforms, you may have to upload it way further out than just 3 days, you know? So, basically concluding this video, basically summing all this up, because I get this question a lot: how long does it take for my music to be in stores? As it says here, anywhere from a day to 3 days, I find, on average. On the store side, on DistroKid side, about 1 to 2 days for DistroKid to review it. I find that's usually same day, especially if it's a business day. So you really, like I said, you're looking at 1 to 3, maybe 1 to 4 days just to play it safe. However, even more so, if you were really big on a release date, like if you're just releasing your track just to release it, and you're just in general curious, okay, when is it going to be live, that's one thing. But if you're huge on making sure that your song is live and ready to go on the specific release date, so you can post that link to that iTunes song or that Spotify account or whatever, make sure you do this significantly ahead of time. Even for me, if let's say I'm releasing an album or a single, an EP on March 10th, for example, I'll post it on, you know, DistroKid and publish it, maybe even on March like 4th or 5th. And yeah, will it be live for a couple days until that point? Yeah. And is it possible that someone might see that it's live and purchase it before I even have released it yet? Yeah, it's definitely possible. But I'd much rather that than like say, oh, March 10th, like that's gonna be the day. And then March 10th rolls around and I see this email in my email box saying, sorry, your artwork was rejected by DistroKid, please resubmit. Now I have to wait a whole another, you know, 3 or 4 days. And if it's on a weekend, for example, that's even worse because now it's gonna take even longer. It's a huge hassle you don't want to deal with. So trust me when I say, make sure you upload your music significantly beforehand, with enough time for DistroKid to review it, make sure it's all set, and then for the stores, basically put it online, and then you'll be good to go. So I hope this video is helpful. Like I say in all these videos, I do these for you guys. All these videos I make really come from the questions, comments, DMs, messages, and everything that I get from people. And especially, and this happens all the time, if I get one question more than once, usually I'll get that question even more so in other messages and forums and comments and everything. So essentially, I do all these videos for you guys, and they come from all the comments and messages I do get from you guys. So if you do have any comments or questions you have about DistroKid or anything else related to being an independent musician, because obviously a lot of these videos that I do relate around that in terms of marketing, management, SEO even sometimes, so on and so forth, definitely post them in the comment section below, and I'll definitely do a video on them.